The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin.
Welcome, folks. Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 3. Nasdaq is down 23. You get the S&Ps off, 425. That's 4.25, 4 points, that is. Gold contract is down $1.70, trading at 1,269. We get silver at 1,565. Platinum is up $25 at 1,004. Oil up 69 cents at 36.62. The bond market 10-year note is down 7 ticks at 128. 30 is off 13 ticks at 161.27. And good old King Dollar is up 232. Look at Tommy O'Brien on Skype. Hey, what's going on?
Good morning, man.
I like
How
this.
about this, right?
Yeah.
I gotta love it. How about I showed, the listeners can't see it, but how about that picture I showed you with my kitchen lights turned into spotlight?
There's no doubt, man. Turn it into a full studio. You have to love it, man. Totally. You gotta like technology, man. No doubt, right?
Man.
And
I know we're breaking up a little bit. Hopefully that just corrects itself.
Yeah, it will. It will. And folks, if you come over to our website at TFNN, you can hit the Nadex banner. You bring up the exchange. They'll put $25,000 of paper money into your account, and you can see how these contracts trade. Now, what we have out here today, you get basically kind of a flat market. What I do expect you're going to see is that this market still wants to go higher, which is just a mind blower. But bottom line, that's what you have happening. We've been talking about commodities quite a bit. Well, last night in China, folks, okay, the cool thing is that people don't trade iron ore in a big way, but there is plenty of people that are trading iron ore. And last night, it was like insane. It went up 19%, which is unheard of, overnight. Overnight.
I read that in your newsletter. That's quite a move for sure.
It's unbelievable. So. If what it's affecting, of course, is that you get Valley. Now, the thing that's amazing is that Valley already had gone from $2.60 last Friday up to a week ago Friday up to $4.87. The steel stocks, if you're looking at those, bottom line, that U.S. Steel had gone from $7 to $13. Actually, it hit 14. Yeah, it hit 14.54 on Friday. That's what that's all about. The thing that's amazing about that, Tom, right, is that it's like, how does this work? That, iron ore, it surged higher like about 9 or 10% last Tuesday. But 19% is unbelievable, man. I mean, that's like just over the top. And
that run for, Valley, that's just quite a week. I mean, I was looking at, you sent the gold report out today, of course. So even when I was looking at the gold report from last week over the weekend and looking at this morning, I almost had to double check the prices and make sure, because that equity for that week, I mean, talk about outperforming everything. It was,
I think it's up over 100%, right? Yeah. I mean, it's outrageous, right?
Yeah.
No, not quite.
Yeah.
I
guess not quite. Close. Yeah. Depends where you pick it from.
Exactly.
But within the last week, it's up almost 100%. Yeah. So
pretty amazing. So if we go over, folks, and we take a look at this Nadex platform, now what happens on the, these contracts, folks, okay, like on Friday I was trading oil quite a bit. I was trading gold too, actually, on Friday. The gold was a good trade on Friday also. That's right, we were trading gold live, weren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we had that huge move.
That's right. That was sick. Okay. Now, at the beginning of the week, what you could do, folks, is that you can go into weeklies and look at weeklies. Because I really don't expect, like today, like a huge amount of movement. So what I'm always looking for is you're looking for movement in the marketplace in order to basically either selling something or buying something. And specifically, I like to either sell them at the top of the boxes on spreads or buy them near the bottom of the boxes so that you're defined risk goes down dramatically compared to what the reward could be. Now that being said, if we go into the weekly basis, let's see what we got here. So if I pull this up and get into the indices.
It's great. I'm watching your chart. I'm seeing what you're doing. I'm sure they're watching it on Tiger TV.
Yeah. Okay, and then get into the Tech 100.
Well, you're in spreads, so the
yeah,
spreads...
I got to go into binaries. Okay, here we go. So, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so if I go into the Tech 100.
And why don't you hit? Could you hit next to where it says weekly?
Yeah.
Hit the little graph function.
Okay.
And that's where it pulls up the chart of it with the binaries for the weekly overlaid on it.
Right. Okay. So then I'm just going to hit. Let's see. So we're at right now 42.90. We're at. Let me just pull one of these up first and see. Whoops. I hit that. I can't seem to get. 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I like how you do that. No, I know what you're talking about.
Did you hit right next to where it says weekly? That graph little right there?
Oh, there it is. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Hey,
Yeah,
you stay right there. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I know what we want to trade. I want to trade the currencies. I got it. Okay. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow Industrials right now down 10.
That's a nice chart to look at, yeah.
Yeah, big time. You get the Nasdaq off 26. S&Ps are down 4. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have right now. You get the Dow up 13, Nasdaq is down 17, S&Ps are up $1.50. And what we're doing, what I've pulled up here, folks, in the Nadex platform, is that I actually have the Euro USD pair. This is a weekly that we're looking at, and let me expand this a bit. 1 second, hold on. So, no, this is a. I got to do this a little bit different. Somehow I pulled this up at 11 a.m. close time. 1 second, hold on. Well, that would be. No, US Tech. Okay, hold on a second.
Oh yeah, because you had hit. Yep. Go. No. Open up. If you'd like, I can even open up. I'll open up a camera soon, and I can navigate around. But just going into you just go into the US Tech 100.
Yep.
And then you want to hit next to where it says weekly, that graph function.
Right.
That little graphic. And that chart right there that just loaded is going to be for the weeklies.
Right, but I was trying to get the. I see. Okay. Do they have weeklies on the
currencies? Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Let me do it that way.
Sure.
Okay. So go down to, let's see, weeklies, forex spreads. I got it. Okay. So here we go. U.S. Oh, there she is. Okay, cool, man. Okay. So, since we have a Monday, folks, this is what's going on. Just kind of looking at this, it's like, okay. So, the dollar, if we normally I just talk about the dollar index. Now, the euro is only 60% of the dollar index. But it looks to me like that the dollar wants lower price and the euro wants higher price. So, whether you're a bull or a bear on this, this is where I'll bring this up, and you could see what the differences are and what the risk would be versus a reward in the context of a trade that would be closed on Friday. So let's see where we're at. We're at right now 140. Okay, so 109. This is going to get interesting. Okay, so the euro right now is at 109.67. A close 109.40. You can look at my screen, Tom. I get the right screen up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I see. No, how'd you get the 11 a.m.?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm worried about.
Why don't, if you'd like, I can load here. Here's what I'll do. I'll load a screen in the den so that I can jump around it, because I think I know what you're trying to.
I was trying to get the weekly up. Do you know what I'm saying? To show them what's going on in the weekly. Well, what we could do. You know what I have? I have the U.S. Tech. Let's do the NDX 100. I know that upside down anyway. Okay, so I have the NDX 100 up, folks. Okay, so when you look at the NDX 100 right now, we got a slight pullback this morning. This has been a market that, I think that it's done an incredible counter trend bounce, no doubt. Now, when I look at this, it's like, okay, this index to me wants to go to, we're at 42.96, and 4,500 is game. It's like, okay, that's the December 18th low. So when we look at that context, this is pretty cool, Tom.
Yeah, I'm watching you as I'm pulling it up. Yep.
This index here. What did I just do? God, I get too many screens opened. Sorry about this, folks. Okay, this index here. Oh, that's you. I'm trying to jump on your screen. That's pretty good.
I'm trying to pull it up at the same time.
That's all right.
To make sure we can walk it through, Go ahead.
Yeah, one sec. Okay, so.
And just so as I was going through it, actually, and I don't trade the Forex as much, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And that's, just like you went back to the U.S. Tech 100, the Nasdaq, which is really where I like to play with some of the weekly binaries,
Yes.
making just like some, trades where I'm risking a small amount for a huge, for a bigger move than implied in the market.
Right.
And on an index basis, then you have kind of 5 days. And with the volatility we were getting recently, it was like, the chances that maybe you could get a directional move that you wanted within those 5 days, and
right.
So that's what I would trade. So I'm not even sure on the Forex because I just pulled up the Forex.
Okay, so I have right now, this is pretty cool. So we get the NQs up. They're down 32. They're trading out, if we bring this up, this is almost like a retest. In fact, it's going to be interesting here. I can go back to a real screen. I might just buy the NQs for today. Because what they're doing right now, folks, is that our first get-go down at 10 o'clock had 8,800 contracts. And this is a retest of that area, and it's a retest with dramatically lighter volume. So on the binaries that I have up right now, we're at 42.91, and if you had to close, I got to bring up a different number here.
Yeah, you just zoomed in a little bit where you're seeing the weekly weekly binary available right at market.
Right.
If you like, let me hear. I'm gonna load a screen.
Whoops.
Hopefully you can see my camera now. Why don't you try and take a look at that? And Al, if you could maybe throw it in there, because what else? So for the U.S. Tech 100,
Yeah.
looking at the weekly binaries.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm just going to do the same thing you had done, where here's the US Tech 100 weekly, and you just got to zoom it in a little bit more. Zoom it out. I'm sorry.
I see. Okay. Right.
And then here you're going to get those options that you have on both sides of the market. So where would you be looking with these types of?
I'd be looking that we're at 42.93. That this thing could be up at almost like 5,000, even 45. I mean,
okay.
That's
well. I mean, so here's 43.82. The market's 12 by 17.
How cool is that? Right.
Yeah, and I think that might be the furthest north that the market is. Let's take a look at that. As in, that might be the highest. Yes, that's the highest binary. So that's going to be your furthest, basically, trade that you can make on a weekly basis. So you'd be risking 17 to make 83.
That's not a bad deal. 5 days, man, with this type of volatility.
Right? No, that's
Huge. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 18, Nasdaq's down 20, S&Ps are off $1.50. We're going to be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, folks, what we're doing is that we're looking at the weekly binary options inside the NQs. So NQH6, if we pull this up first, just on the Bloomberg, what I'm going to show you, folks, is this, is that we reached the low today of 42.85. We're at 42.88 right now, and inside that context, what we've done is you've come into a low, you tested the low with lighter volume on the last get-go. So actually when we did that right at the break, Tommy, I turned around, if you look at my screen over here, I turned around and bought 4 contracts on the dailies, okay? What I bought, folks, is the 42.90s. So I'm looking for basically 43.30 before the end of the day. Now that being said,
Nice.
I want to work with the one you just pulled out because we'll show them, and I'm just going to buy a couple just so, because my take is that we're going to be higher than the 43.82. That's the highest one we have out there, right?
You got it. And
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it's now at, yep, you got 1150 to 1650, so you're risking 1650 per contract.
Right. So if we buy just a couple of those, just to see how this end up working out, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool, folks, because I'm going to risk $33 to make 167. You know, bottom line, we get that on. Good, that's on. So that's on for the week.
Yes.
And bottom line, now let me bring back up. I'm going to bring back up. So we are at the, what you're looking for is 43.82. Now, if I go over, just so you can see how I think this thing is set up, 43.82, put this on a daily, goes like this. The December 18th low, which I'm expecting the market to go to, which the S&P, by the way, is already there, is 4,500. So it's like I'm 120 points below that, which I'm really digging, actually. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if we go if we go over to the S&P, folks, okay, so watch this. ESM. What you're going to see is that, you know, the Nasdaq is a laggard here, no doubt, okay? But bottom line is that your S&P is already up into that level. We're that the level on the S&P is 1984.50. Actually, no, the 18th is, that's right, 1984.50. Well, we hit 1987 today. On Friday, we hit 1998, and I think this future wants to go to 2023. So there's the trade. That's the trade that's set up, and you get 4 days. And what does happen, so Tom, once it gets to that level, right, the aspect of, then it will trade at 50 cents, right? That's how that thing works, right?
Yeah, and that's a good point for sure, because so, you know, the market's 90 points above where it's the expiration value is. So if you get 90 points of movement, that don't think that you've won your bet or your trade's going to be profitable, because then it's trading basically at 50-50 because it's a given. So you could take your money off right there for sure. That's one strategy, to think about. Or,
well, in that case too, that'd be 200% of your money.
right, for sure.
But again, the way you have to think about it is that,
especially if you
say that again, please.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure. What were you saying? I think I was responding to what you were saying.
What happened is that you cut out. That's it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. So just as we're putting that on, you're going to see that NQ, it's pretty neat. Right? That was a fast movement. So the NQs that we bought, folks, on the daily, right? They're cooking, man. And this is a neat one too. NQH5. No, it's H6.
Yeah, and so for those binaries, I think what I was going to say, if you get an extremely quick move, that would be something that would be for sure, because you're not going to get a lot of movement on 5 or 10 point moves, whereas in your underlying spread, I think you said the high floor is 43.30.
Yes.
And you'll make your max profit. I mean, if the market moves to 43.30 today, you'll get some good movement in those weekly binaries, but you're still going to be 50 points out of the money for a binary option. So they'd still be trading at paying for premium, and so you wouldn't get full movement in that value, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now the ones, if you're watching our screen, folks, this is pretty wild. So the ones that I had bought in the break there, right? I had bought 4 contracts, and that baby is already up $180. And I think I only risked. Let me see what I risked. I risked hardly anything, man.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a 10-point move in the Nasdaq, and you're only trading a 40-point spread, so that's
right.
That's going to be a big movement.
And I suspect so. More than likely, what you'd see is that this right now. So I'm in at 42.98, I believe, at average price. Yeah, and the current market's 43.03. So you can see what's happening here, and that premium will die down though as this goes higher. The thing that's amazing, man, is that, 43.13. So our high out here today was 43.21. 22, actually. This is where, you talk about fast and furious, because I believe I only risked like $350. Well, yeah, you can tell. I bought it at 320, 325 or something. Yeah. So that's not a bad risk versus reward already. Gets interesting how you.
No, you were risking like $80 of the contracts. Sorry, you hear me?
Yeah, I did 320, right, for 4 contracts, right? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And
right.
You'd be risking like $80 with a max of, and it's a $400 contract. So you have $320 of profit potential on each contract that you buy with $80 risked.
It's a good one, right? Well, it's good when you go when it goes with you, which is going with me. And
you
folks,
get 10 points real quick, right? For sure.
Well, I liked the setup on that. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Well, of course, just because you had that test and you had the retest,
Yeah.
And folks, if you come over to the, let's go into oil for a second, because what has happened is this: when we were trading gold on Friday, gold and oil, bottom line. If you're just test driving this, get inside those spreads, to see how they move, because both of those contracts, the volatility in those contracts like come out of nowhere. And, you know, that's where the defined risk basically helps you beyond belief, whether if you're wrong in the marketplace. You know, if you're right, God bless us. You know what I mean? You go and you move higher. But when you're wrong on those textures, that's like insanity in about 2 seconds. You know, if we go over to that oil contract, CLJ6 right now, what you're going to see, I just saw that Brent oil just hit 40 bucks. WTI, which we're trading here, we're at 37.13 right now. It's over the swing point. So guess what? You get game to $40.50 on this contract, which is pretty wild. You stay right there, folks.
And that's oil. Hey, oil and gold, those are good weekly binaries you can do when you have, you know, oil numbers Wednesday, you do a binary on Monday, you have all week, maybe you trade off Wednesday.
Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. If we go to the Nasdaq trade for a second, I want to show you something here, folks. Okay, now this is going to be quick, fast, and furious. You know, during the last break, I had bought 4 contracts. Why? Because it had tested the lower part of the consolidation, had lighter volume. It's like, okay, man, that's a cool scene. Well, guess what? What we're doing now is that we're going up into the downdraft from 950, and just the opposite. You have lighter volume, okay? So bottom line, I suspect we're going to get another pullback. So when you go back over to here, I mean, I'm just going to take those 4 contracts, and I'm going to say, See ya, don't want to be ya, because that's not a bad setup when I can be in something, there she goes, for literally 9 minutes, and that was $262. So.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great way to do it. And, you're directionally trading, right? You're looking for a pop, and you got it right away, and you get 15 points when it's only a 40-point spread, and that's what you have to keep in mind. What the max profit, or that's a huge move in that context. So you got a lot of the potential profit real quick.
Exactly. It's like, hold it, that doesn't happen. We know, and you want to keep that in mind, folks, because it's like the aspect. I do this on 10-minute charts. Now, if you're doing dailies, bottom line, do it on, daily charts, whatever you do it on, but in this context, and certainly make sure that you're paper trading these so you can see how they work, okay? But when you get a move that's fast, guess what? Take the bread, man. And it doesn't, even if it went up to the whole, just kept running, don't feel bad about it. It doesn't matter. If I've learned anything in this whole business, as long as you just keep taking the money, before you know it, you got real money. That's what it comes down to. So.
No, and there hasn't been much movement yet today, so maybe it's just going to have like a 15-point range today. Maybe it's going to have a 20-point range, and you missed like 5 points to the upside, but then maybe you can trade it to the downside, right? If you're making 10-minute trades, you're probably
I should. You know what? Because let's do that. Because
you are right.
That's the other side. Hold on. We're going to flip this around because my take is, this is so funny. So watch this. My take is that we are going to go back down there. Now, the key would be, you can do two different things. I can flip this around and do it that way, but right now, I would if I thought that quicker, okay? Because we just went from 305 to 3. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll still do that. But my bias right now is that this wants to go a little bit higher. So what I'd like to do is this, sorry, folks.
Bless you.
Thank you. When it pulls back into this bar, which it's doing, if I could get this again at 42.90, that'd be awesome because I just traded again. And in that aspect, this is what also ends up happening. This is when time starts going with you too. It won't be a huge amount of time, but every hour that this clicks down and you get a pullback, the better off the prices that you're going to get, because there's less premium in these as they go throughout the day.
Sure. So if you decide, and that's especially important if you decide to hold one throughout the day, because then that premium is going to decay, right? So
yes.
Like if you had taken the one that you just got and held it throughout the day, you're paying premium that it's going to disappear.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now, I'll keep that baby up. Let's see if we can get that little pullback. You get that pullback, you go at it again, and
in the same. So just to illustrate why that makes a lot of sense, right? Think about it in the same way when we had looked at the 5-minute binaries sometimes, right?
Yes.
And they were 20-minute binaries, but there was like 5 minutes left maybe, and you could get great deals for only, let's use the US Tech 100, maybe 5 to 8 points to the upside or downside.
Right.
You were only paying 15, 20, risking 1 to make 5 type payments, and that's because there's no premium that you're paying because there's no time premium.
Exactly.
You have basically no time at all for that market to perform in the way that you expect it to. So because it's so quick, you don't have to pay for it. So that's why you can get, if you're going to pay for a binary that has 8 hours left and it's 5 points above the market, you're going to have to pay a lot of money for that, almost probably 50, down to like 35, 40, versus, if there's 5 minutes left, you're only going to have to pay 15, 20. So it's the same exact concept, just kind of extrapolated to a greater degree, right?
Yeah, big time. And as I go through this again, let me just look at this, 42. I'm trying to figure out what I bought it at the first time. 42.99, I guess. That's what it was, yeah.
42.98.3, I think.
That's it. I see it right there. Okay, 42.98.3. 42.98.3.
And so what that means, the bottom floor is 42.90, right?
Yeah.
So really the 8.3 is the part that matters the most, and that's your $83 right there that you're risking. And on the other side of that, you have about $320 or $317 per contract if it goes up to the 43.30.
Nice. So in my case, what I want to see, folks, I want to see another test of the lows. And, of course, you want to see that test with lighter volume. That's how this baby shakes out, you know.
Yeah. And maybe you get a move so quick on the next one you get into that the market runs a little bit higher, or, you know.
That's right, which would make sense, because what does happen, that expansion and contraction, because right now that is the range. That when Tommy had brought up just a little bit earlier when I was selling that, it's like, okay, hold it. You know, it's the beginning of the day, so we really don't know what the ranges are just yet. That being said,
and it's a pretty tame opening too.
It is.
In compared to recent history, so maybe it's not going to jump ridiculously considering the open is so tame. Considering
that's right
compared to recent, yeah.
And right now we have the range is 43.08 at the top and 42.90 at the bottom. You know, so that's 19 points. That's it, right? You know, so. Yeah. But guess what? We just saw on 15 points, on a 15-point move, an NQ, you can do pretty well. You know, that's too. And the cool thing here, folks, is this: is that the bottom, my total risk on that was $80 a contract, and I ended up I made $274. So
yeah, I think it was $83 for a contract to be exact, but right, and you made $274. So you almost doubled your money per contract. You had like 320. What would be
$68.50 a contract I made. That's like, it's not too shabby, right?
Right.
I know.
Not too shabby in like 10-15 minutes.
Right.
So
yeah.
That's good. Sure.
And, you know, if you go over to the, I'm going to just change gears for a second because, you know, inside the gold contract, folks, okay? Bottom line, if you're trading gold out there, if you're in that market, this contract wants higher price, and it just refuses to back off. Now, and what I suspect is also going to happen out here. Well, it's not that it's going to happen. I suspect it already did happen. Now, anyone that trades futures, folks, last night when the iron ore took off and went up 19%, you know, I woke up, I was on the couch and I woke up and I hit my phone and I'm looking at that headline. I'm saying to myself, man, something's not right. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind, here, Tommy and I will be right back. I'll tell you this, because this is going to make a difference of other future traders trading other commodities. Because you see a move like that, it's like, oh man, you don't want to short even almost anything when a move like that takes place. You stay right there, we'll come right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016, and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, you got the Dow up 8, Nasdaq is down 17, S&Ps are down $1.50. And folks, you can come over to the website at TFNN or just go to nadex.com, bring up the account, they'll put $25,000 of paper money into that account, and of course, then you can see how these contracts trade, whether you're trading the spreads. And when you first go out there, you're going to want to trade the binaries. That's just kind of how it goes. But I think that we have enough programs on now that you'll see that the spreads are very easy to trade. When you first bring it up, it's just easier. It seems easier. The binaries, that's a yes/no deal, you know. But I happen to really like the spreads because, you know, Tommy, what gets intriguing is that some of the spreads you can get the same type of risk versus a reward at certain points, you know, that I think really work out well, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're, you know, like for instance, that binary that you just put on, right?
Yes.
You paid about 16.
Right.
Well, you have, you know, a 16% chance of success on that. So you're going to lose that more than 4 out of 5 times.
Right.
And so by the nature of that, you know, it's really tough to make sure that your risk reward is covered when you're making such out of the money wagers that are all or none.
That's a fact.
That's
right.
Yeah. So
right.
And that's kind of the tough part. But the great thing is you go in with a demo account, and your only main purpose really is to learn as fast as possible.
Right.
When you're using the demo account, at least at first, and then you can perfect, you know, your own trading methodology. But I used it as a way to understand it, and the best way to do that was just to have a bunch of trades so you could see how the profit and loss swung, see how the premium moved, see how that all changed.
And see how that's right, because you see how they move, what happens when the price moves versus, when the price moves on the indices versus the price on the Nadex platform, and then the time value of that, right. Yeah.
Right, how the underlying moved, and then how the instrument you were trading moved, right, and what affected that. Right?
Yes. Yeah. Let's go to Steve in New Hampshire. Hey, Steve, what's going on?
Hey, it's Dunkin' Donuts Steve.
Dunkin' Donuts Steve, what's going on, brother?
How you doing, Tommy?
Good, man.
Everything's good. Hey, I know you're pressed for time there. I was looking at a 10-year monthly of NVDA.
Okay.
Just wondering in general about one question about late 2012.
Yep, go ahead.
Where it was the bottom up to the top last end of last year. Could that be construed as an A to B?
2012, let's see. Yeah, it could. No, it could. This gets interesting, yeah. Yeah.
Does it look like it's anything in it?
It could. Well, you know what's intriguing here? So NVIDIA, folks, is at $32.31. And it actually is pushing, you know, on a monthly basis. It pushed the month of January a swing high with volume, 203 million. And the last swing high out here, I had 266. Okay, back at... That's still not a bad-looking chart, though, man. This is kind of strange because looking at something like this is like, you know what, man? NVIDIA wants a little bit higher price. At least looks like it wants to go test maybe that swing high, which would be 39, which would be a mind-blower. That'd say that, okay, guess what? This NASDAQ still does want higher price. You know?
Yeah, or more recent on a weekly. Just in the last 8-10 months or so, it looks like maybe an A to B from last August up to December, and
oh yeah, look at that.
I can't
Yep.
tell really.
That's now this is a tough one to look at, meaning because it came down, folks. It came down the week of January 15th with 70 million, but guess what? It went right back up with 71 million.
Yes.
Cooking, brother.
As always, thanks.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Stay right there, man. Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next. Then swim lessons, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back. Tommy, thanks so much, man. Have a great one.
All right.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.